Thank you. Right, got it. Welcome, everybody, to our regular council meeting, Council Chamber, City Hall, Tuesday, April 25th, 2017 at 7 p.m. Councillor Baker sends his regrets. He said to say hello to everybody. Any public input this evening? None? Thank you. Adoption of the minutes, 4.1. That the minutes of the special council meeting held on Tuesday, April the 11th, 2017 be adopted. Seconded. Any errors or omissions? Any discussion? All those in favor signify. Opposed, carried, and so ordered. Thank you. Recommendation that the minutes of the regular council meeting held on Tuesday, April the 11th, 2017 be adopted. Moved and seconded. Thank you. Discussion, questions? Councillor Brow.
No, I'm in the business that I want.
Okay. All those in favor signify. Opposed, carried, and so ordered. Thank you. General matters, delegations, and recognitions, there is none. Unfinished business, 6.1, Work BC Job Creation Partnership, Director of Corporate Services, April 19th, 2007 report. Should that be 2017? Okay. Thank you. I should have picked that up. File 0250 for information only. Any comments? Councillor Brown?
I'd like to make a motion that $10,000 be provided towards this partnership to come out of the Community Initiatives Fund.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? Go ahead, Councillor Brown.
I just want to stress that this has been on, they've come to us with a presentation. This was on the last agenda. We didn't know what to do with it on the last agenda, so we moved it to this agenda. They're still looking for the $10,000 for the trails, and if we don't give them an answer sooner or later, the summer's going to be over and they won't even be able to hire anyways. But I'd like us to do this so that we can get some trails fixed, and that it comes out of the fund that we have dollars sitting in. We have about $22,000 sitting in that account, so $10,000 won't break that bank.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Getz.
I don't know who I'm directing this one to, just an actual general question. I know that we've given some money to the Mountain Bike Association. I think we gave them $5,000 for trail reconstruction, and this is a completely different group, correct? And this is to employ youth for trails that they see fit or we see fit, or do they have a plan? They have a plan, okay.
They have a plan, Mike. Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Any further? Councillor Christopherson.
My only comment is I think this is a win-win situation for the people of Merritt. We'll get great value for a relatively small investment, so I'm very much in favor of it. Thank you.
Any further questions, comments? All those in favor signify. Opposed, carried, and so ordered. Thank you. 6.2, Councillor Norgard made the following notice of motion at the April 11th, 2017 regular council meeting, file 0595, that given conditions of our environment, staff prepares a drought-tolerant planting policy for all of the city's plantings.
Sorry, so moved.
Okay, seconder?
Oh.
You in a second?
You have to have a second before it.
Yes, it does. Okay, it's seconded. Councillor Prowl.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'd like to add a friendly amendment that says drought-tolerant planting and zone appropriate. Drought and zone, if that's all right with Councillor Norgard.
Are you okay with that as a friendly amendment? Okay. Councillor Getz.
I guess this would be to the CAO. At the last meeting, I mentioned that we had one of these already in existence. Do we or do we not? Because at the time it was brought forward, it was actually brought forward by the elder, Clara Norgard, to have this done. And I thought we had gone through and we actually approved that would be in a package of everybody who was planting in this community. And we had done that. Is there any, or was I kind of like maybe smoking glue that day? I'm not sure.
Through your worship to Councillor Getz, and I would never say that, but we couldn't locate a policy specifically on drought-tolerant planting.
Any further comments? All those in favor signify. Opposed, carried, and so ordered. Thank you. Point 7, bylaws. 7.1, 217, 2021 financial plan and 2017 tax rates. Director of Finance and IT, April 19th, 2017. File 1700.390.2220 and 3900.2221 for information only. Any comments or anything? We're all okay, thank you. 7.2, City of Merritt, 2017-2021 5-year financial plan, bylaw number 2220-2017, file 3900.2220. Recommendation that the City of Merritt 2017-2021 5-year financial plan, bylaw number 2220-2017 be read a first time. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor signify. Opposed, carried, and so ordered. Recommendation that the City of Merritt 2017-2021 5-year financial plan, bylaw 2220-2017 be read a second time. Moved and seconded. Discussion? Discussion? Councilor Brown?
I'd just like to mention that I'm not in favor of the 1.5% increase, and because of that, I won't be voting in favor of this plan.
Councilor Norgard?
I was just curious that in 2017, we have about $7 million in provincial government grants. And then 2018, it moves down to $600,000. I'm curious whether that is just a conservative estimate, or we're anticipating something with a new government, or we haven't applied for them. I'm just curious.
Your worship, through to Councillor Norgard. The 2017 has the capital grants that we're currently using, and some of those in likelihood would be carried forward to 2018. The 600,000 is our regular standing grants that are ongoing, that were guaranteed, so.
Any further comments? All those in favor signify. Opposed? Carried and so ordered. Recommendation that City of Merritt 2017-2021 5-year financial plan, bylaw number 2220-2017 be read a third time. Moved, seconded. Discussion? All those in favor signify. Opposed? Carried and so ordered. Thank you. 7.3, City of Merritt 2017 annual property taxes, bylaw 2221-2017, file 3900-2221. Recommendation that City of Merritt 2017 annual property taxes, bylaw number 2221-2017 be read a first time. Moved, seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor signify. Opposed, carried, and so ordered. Recommendation that City of Merritt 2017 annual report taxes, property taxes, bylaw number 2221-2017 be read a second time. Moved and seconded. Discussion? Councilor Brown?
Again, I won't be voting for this tax rate increase.
Any further discussion? Councilor Prowl?
Thank you, Your Worship. I've had some questions about paying monthly or quarterly or something for your property taxes, and I've been informed that yes, you can. I don't know if the process is in place or if it's ever been advertised, because I've had a few people ask about it.
Ms. Thiessen?
Yes, I can speak to that. We have communicated, but we can definitely put it out again as a renewal with the statements and notice and let people know. What they do is they set it up through their online banking, and they can just automatically pay it with every payday or every month, and it goes into their account. We have several people that do that, and then by the time their taxes are due, their account's paid.
Thank you. All those in favor signify. Opposed? Carried and so ordered. Thank you. Recommendation that City of Merritt 2017 annual property taxes, bylaw number 2221-2017 be read a third time. Moved and seconded. Discussion? All those in favor signify. Opposed? Carried and so ordered. Thank you. New business. 8.1, Section 57 Notice of Title, 1798 Vote Street, Mirror Vintage, Director of Engineering and Development, April 6, 2017 report, file 3800. Recommendation that the council direct staff to place a section 57 notice on the title of 1798 Vote Street. Moved and seconded. Discussion? Councillor Getz.
So, to the CAO, if you could just briefly, because a lot of people don't really understand what a Section 57 is. I think I've been involved with 3 of these now, I think. So could you just give us a quick synopsis of what a Section 57 actually is and why we do it?
Thank you, Your Worship. Through to Councillor Getz, if I may defer to Mr. Broderick. He's here to answer any questions on this report. He's more familiar with the Section 57 than myself as well.
Thank you. Mr. Broderick.
Thank you. Section 57, it's actually Section 57 of the Community Charter, and it enables local government to put a notice that's registered on the title. And what that is, it's a cautionary note to potential purchasers or buyers in the future that there's something about the property that doesn't conform to local government bylaws. And it also provides notice if a financial institution is considering lending a mortgage, they may choose not to lend the mortgage because the property doesn't conform to local government bylaws. So in many circles, it's considered to be, sort of one of the least punitive type of responses that local government could do. I mean, local government could issue fines according to the municipal ticketing information bylaw. The fines could be daily, but the notice, in many municipalities, they put the notice on, and that's sort of it. And then the responsibility is on the owner to address the issue in order to get it removed.
Thank you, Councillor Brown.
When I read Section 57, it talked about the potential for it being either unsafe now or unsafe for the ongoing future or at some time in the future, or they had no permit. So are we looking at one or two of those qualifiers or both? I know they didn't have a permit, but was that because it was unsafe or not meeting zoning? I know there's a whole list here, but I can't pull out exactly what the reason was.
Through the chair, the staff report, it is a complicated property, but the intent of the staff report was to focus only on one issue, and the one issue was the second-story addition that was started without getting a building permit. And the second-story addition is on the house.
So it's because of no permit, this issue?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Prowl.
Thank you, Your Worship. So have they stopped working on it?
Through the chair, yes.
Councillor Christopherson.
How would the owner go about getting the Section 57 removed? Is there anything specific that has to be done to set that process in motion?
Through the chair, the legislation addresses that and provides for that, but fundamentally, they need to obtain a building permit. And then there's an obligation on part of the building inspector to inform corporate services that there's compliance, and then we discharge or remove the notice from the title.
So there is no building permit at this time?
No.
Mr. Broderick, it said in there $100 per day. Did I read that right? It could be $100 per day?
Yes, the municipal ticketing information bylaw provides for provisions of fining, and the fines, it's subject to a decision. I mean, you could say once a month, once a week, but the MTI does enable for daily fines of $100, yes.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify. Opposed, carried, and so ordered. Thank you. 8.2, Performance Agreement, TLB Developments Limited, Director of Engineering and Development, April 7th, 2017 report, file 3300, recommendation that council authorize for the corporate officer and the approving officer, CAO, on behalf of the City of Merritt to sign the attached performance agreement for Lot 1, District Lot 121, KDYD Plan KA P92850, accept strata plan KAS 4009 PID 028-905-440 for the financial security from TLB Development Limited for the construction of the building strata common facility consisting of a visitor and recreational parking area. Seconder, moved and seconded, discussion. Councilor Prowl?
Thank you, Your Worship. I mean, I'm in favor of this, but I would just
Go ahead, no, it's okay.
I would just like to see us encourage, when we're doing this kind of development, there is options. They could put in a little park, or they can pay a fee. I like to see little parks when they're doing this kind of development. This makes more sense to me to actually ask them, okay, please provide a small park in your area. Thank you.
Councilor Brown?
I need clarification. This is only for the parking and the street areas, is that correct?
Through the chair. This is a strata development. It's a building strata. And the legislation talks about when a strata is doing it in phases, and this development is doing it in phases. There's an obligation on the part of the approving officer to ensure that any common areas that the strata corporation had proposed will get built. In this particular case, the common area is the shared visitor parking, and it's a combination of an RV parking lot. So to ensure that this gets built, we take this financial security.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's not just that they're looking at that section only. Okay. They're going to build the whole strata.
What the legislation sort of talks about is, in the event the developer doesn't proceed with all the phases, you want to ensure that the original phases, the original purchasers, still get what they were promised,
Okay,
which is this common facility.
thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Carried and so ordered. Thank you. Any notices of motion? Reports from council? Councilor Getz?
All right, just give me a second here. Let me get my little deal up here. Oh, you caught me.
Did I?
That's all right. I'll get to it. I'll find it. Aha, here we go. Just gonna do Gas Buddy. Gas Buddy merit today is $1.18.9, unchanged from 2 weeks ago. Kelowna, 117.9, unchanged from 2 weeks ago. Vernon, 119.8, they went up 3 cents. No, sorry, they went up 13 cents in 2 weeks. They were the lowest last time we checked at 106. Kamloops, 115.9, unchanged. Vancouver, 127.9, unchanged. And Prince George, 103.9, a drop of 1 cent. World oil today is 49.56. 2 weeks ago, it was 53.40. So we have that really strange thing where world oil keeps dropping and our prices keep going up, which is kind of interesting, but that's kind of the way it goes. I guess they're now getting ready to do summer gas, so, as opposed to the winter gas. So, that's it for me.
Thank you. Councilor Brown? If I push the button,
Okay.
you are.
Thank you. I went to a Good Friday community service at the E-Free Church on Friday the 14th. Yesterday, I went to, I did an oil sands tour out of Fort McMurray in Edmonton, and it was through the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers. And they took us into the Suncor base facility, and they also flew us down to the MEG facility in Christina Lake. And I have to tell you, I was very impressed with the tour. It was, you know, looking at something on a piece of paper and looking at the size and the magnitude of some of these buildings and infrastructure that they're putting in is just, it's incredible. The only complaint I had was that there was no heat on the plane. And at 10,000 feet, or however high the planes go, maybe it was higher, I don't know, but it was like sitting in a freezer for 2 hours. It was cold. We're off to Silga. I think all of us are off there this week. I'm leaving tonight after this meeting. We'll be missing the local provincial political debate, and I'll be missing a Futures board meeting while we're gone. That's all I had.
Thank you. Councillor Prowl.
Thank you, Your Worship. I really haven't done much, but there is something I want to bring up, and that is this yellow carpets that are popping up all over town, which is Burr Buttercup. I did look it up again. It is really become invasive this year. I think it's because of the cool spring. I don't know if everybody realizes that every flower turns into a really, really sharp burr. And it's too late to spray because you have to do it right around when it first starts flowering. What I didn't know was that it's actually poisonous, and it has killed livestock down in the States. It looks like most of what we have around here has originally been blowing down from Kamloops, but it has become widespread, and we're really going to have to tackle it next year. If it's in your yard, all you can really do at this point is to hoe under it, because it only has a 1-inch root. But the amount that's in town right now, and that's drying up and finished flowering and drying up, there's going to be burrs blowing all over town. And I mean all over town. So if you have any that you can get at, I'm finding it really hard to pull it out, get it out of the gravel parts. But in my garden, I had a small patch, and I was able to easily hoe it up and get rid of it. So that's sort of all I have to say on it, but we really have to be vigilant because it's going to be very bad. And one of the ways you can burn, but you can't very well burn, and not in town. And you can use, there's a lot of chemical roundups, 2,4-D that could have been used, but it's too late. So we're just going to have to suffer this year. I hope it doesn't get into, if it's anywhere in our playgrounds. I think there is a patch over at Central, I think. And if there is, just get that hoe in there and get it out of there. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor Norgard.
Okay, so April 18th, I attended a private groundbreaking ceremony for the 30-unit low-cost housing build, and excited to see that starting to happen for real. On April 21st, I attended the Hospital Auxiliary fundraising dinner at the Coldwater, and that was a lovely dinner and had wonderful conversation with people. I'm still volunteering my afternoons at the Kengard Manor Donation Center. While the sign says that we are no longer taking donations, we're actually looking for small kitchen tables. And people are still needing stuff. They haven't got apartments, so they're still going to be coming in to look for things. And I'm hoping that someone at the All Candidates Forum asks a question about affordable seniors housing in this community and what the candidates and their parties' policies are on that, because it is incredibly sad for me to continually, day in, day out, see our seniors who are burnt out of the Kengard Manor who have no place to live here.
Thank you. Councillor Christopherson.
Well, life has been busy, but not on so much council activities. I mean, yard work and grandchildren and visiting. April the 12th, Canada 150 meeting, and I wanted to mention something that the Arts Council is doing. Like I said, not everything is an activity or an event to go to, but the Arts Council is celebrating Canada's 150 in a variety of ways, such as a membership drive to reach 150 members, and if you happen to be the 150th one to sign up, you get it for free. 150 is incorporated into all the programs right now at the Art Gallery during Art in the Park on July 1st and the Art Walk. They're also providing 3 bursaries of $150 for any member group of the NVCAC to help create programs and activities related to Canada 150, and they're also providing 2 scholarships up to $150 to young artists under the age of 18 who will be able to develop their skills. On April the 19th, I attended the Film Society's Canada 150 film presentation, which was called Water. And it was quite an eye-opener of life in India during the Mahatma Gandhi era as he was becoming popular. Will George was there representing the city, had a wonderful Canada 150 display, and he also helped me in leading the audience in singing O Canada. Good job there, Will. We're still continuing efforts to create a community health care committee. We hope to create a consultation dialogue with a broad representation from the community regarding health care and merit, and we're aiming for that to be on June the 15th, I think it is. So I'll keep people posted on that.
Thank you. April the 12th, Wednesday, I attended the Centennial Board meeting, getting ready for the upcoming season. We got a lot of work to do to keep that team afloat. Have some concerns, but we're going to be okay. Aspen Planers has come through with the salvage log, some of the salvage log money, which is very, very good, very helpful for the club to keep them going, and apparently there's some more coming in, so that's very many thanks to Aspen and the hard work of the management team in the logging sector to get that done. That's important to the city, and I wouldn't want to see us lose that hockey team. The 13th, Sean and I actually had a meeting with an organization called Tourist Radio. Something to do with for tourism and whatnot. I also had a talk with Elizabeth Baird today, and with some concerns on that with Q101. I'm not sure if there's a conflict or whatever, but we'll certainly keep them informed with that, so that, because we have 2 radio stations and they're important to us, but we'll see where that goes. On Tuesday, well, not just on Tuesday, but a number of times over the last 2 weeks, I've had conversations with the Rodeo Association and the Fall Fair Association. Unfortunately, we're not making a lot of headway there. The Fall Fair Association came in and presented me with a letter for information purposes only, that the Rodeo Association has now gone to a lawyer. So the lawyer has indicated that he's going to try and mediate it. Well, good luck. That seems to be getting worse instead of better, but I don't know what we're going to do with that situation. But I guess I'm going to go buy a great big pile of rocks. I'm going to put a pile on the rodeo grounds, and I'm going to put a pile on the Fall Fair grounds, and I'm going to line them up, and whoever is left standing is going to have control of the whole thing. So it's worked before. I'll see if I can try it again. I don't know what to do. If anybody has any suggestions, we'd really appreciate it, because that's absolutely ridiculous the way those 2 organizations are behaving. I also attended the same night the Nicola Valley Hospital Foundation. Very good meeting. They're proceeding forward with some good stuff on the emergency room. There's going to be an upcoming meeting with an update on what's happening as far as the construction and the architecture work and whatnot on the 11th of May, and because Kurt is on our committee for healthcare and whatnot, I'm going to ask him if he'll attend that meeting. I don't know the time yet, but I think it's on the 11th of May. I attended TNRD, Solid Waste Management, meeting on Wednesday, the regular board meeting on on Friday, and or Thursday, and I also attended the fundraiser for equipment for the emergency room. The Hospital Foundation has committed to, up to, I think it's $700,000 towards equipment. And I think part of that is $150,000 from the hospital auxiliary. So it's the total of the two, as I understand it. So I think that's correct, the way that they're gonna do it. So is that what you were gonna comment on?
Just that the fundraiser was hospital auxiliary, not the hospital foundation.
Thank you, yes, it was. Yeah, it was the hospital auxiliary, and it was great. The meal was absolutely super. Dead beef, you can never beat that, I'm telling you. It was a good supper, so that's it for me. And any information items? Seeing none, hearing none. Thank you, everyone. Yes.